guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I am so happy that you are here today with me. This video is full of so much cleaning motivation. This was filmed on the Wednesday after Thanksgiving week and weekend, and my house was a disaster. I had so much to do, and I had just decided that morning I was going to try to knock out as much as I possibly could before my youngest gets home from school. So let's get started. Moving on to the master bedroom, as you can see, I painted this room a couple weeks ago. I actually was so upset because I recorded the whole transformation of the room and somehow deleted everything off of my memory card. So lost all of that, but you can see the transformation here. It used to be white, as were all the walls in our whole house, and there was an accent wall behind our bed that was like a light blue color. I never really loved it. We didn't pick the color. So I apologize for this really dark lighting in here. It's gonna probably always look like this. This was a particularly dark day though, but yeah, I'm loving it. It's Urban Bronze by Sherwin-Williams, and I love the way that it makes the like wooden ceiling pop, and I also just love like the trim in it. I don't know, I'm loving it. Love to know, how was your Thanksgiving holiday if you celebrate Thanksgiving at this time of year? We had a really relaxed Thanksgiving. We actually had the day before Thanksgiving, our 7-year-old son was in a soccer tournament pretty much all day. I think it was from maybe 10 a.m. to like 5 o'clock, and then we grabbed dinner after with his team. So thank goodness I had ordered the entire Thanksgiving meal from this local restaurant. Honestly, it just makes sense for our family because it's just the 6 of us, and we don't have, sometimes we have family in town, but this year we didn't have any family in town, and it's just a lot to make a full meal for just us. And we don't really love to eat leftovers and stuff. So I had ordered it, and it was delicious. If you're local, I'm in Northeast Ohio. If you're local, I ordered it from Blue Heron in Medina, and they actually have a Christmas dinner as well that we have already ordered. So food was great, perfect amount, no mess in my kitchen, and yeah, that was wonderful. But it was a little bit sad, as you guys might know if you've watched my videos. My grandma passed away this year, as did my grandpa, and my mom was battling breast cancer, but she is actually cancer-free now, and so greatest news ever, something to definitely be thankful for. But she's still, a little bit weak from all of her cancer treatments, and she still has to undergo radiation for a month, so she's not completely out of the woods as far as kind of feeling yucky, but we're very thankful. So we had a lot to be thankful for, but there was also a little bit of sadness, just, missing family members. So moving on, as you can see, I just packed Graham's lunch and needed to get all of that loaded into his backpack with his snack and his water bottle. And then we had some like homework papers out on the table from the night before. Like I said, we didn't cook a big Thanksgiving, but I feel like we just really fully lived in our house all week. The kids are home from school. My husband was home. We're here a lot, lots of meals, lots of like big breakfasts, and this table had syrup all over it. It was just definitely needing to have a little bit of love. So I wanted to get the kitchen all cleaned up, and then we're gonna move on to some other rooms in the house. Fresh trash bags, that feels so good. So we have 2 of these little trash bin compartment things that have a recycle bin and a trash can. We have one in the kitchen, and then we have one in the messy kitchen behind it. So there's always lots of trash to be taken out with 4 kids. But anyway, our essential oil diffuser, it was very expensive, but we love this thing and we run it all day long. I will link one in the description box that I had found on Amazon that actually has an almost identical look and a very similar output. You can change colors and all of that, just like this one. So if you're interested in that, I will have that linked below. was time to refill my glass spray bottle. I love this thing. We honestly save so much money by just using like concentrated cleaners. Typically I use the Young Living Thieves cleaner, and I also have one that I found, like another Thieves cleaner off of Amazon that's a dupe, and I love it. But I did use like the Pine Sol this time because it's a disinfectant, and I really wanted to like disinfect my house. Our kids had been sick. They had like strep throat, and it was time to like really do like a deep clean. So I filled it up with Pine Sol, cleaned the kitchen counters, and like wiped off the appliances. It was also time to move the laundry over. This was a day where I knew like my washer and dryer were going to run all day long. And honestly, I kind of love those days. I feel like I'm like getting stuff done when I'm, running my appliances all day. But I really wanted to wash all the bedding, towels, kids' bedding, everything. Also, I wanted to show you guys these. I don't think I've ever shown these on my channel. These are also going to be linked below in the description box. I got a pack of these off Amazon when we still lived in Florida. They are like a giant Ziploc bag that you seal at the top and then you stick a vacuum on. You can use a regular vacuum just with like a handheld attachment, or I've also used like my Dyson and just take off the attachment. You guys, these are the best ever. So this is a full-size comforter and the 2 shams, and I got it so flat by, it just sucks all the air out. But we use these things for like off-season bedding. We use them for off-season clothing. We have the space in this house that we could keep more things out. Like in Florida, this was a necessity. We had very little storage space. If you guys don't know, we moved from South Florida to Ohio in February of this year. So we have a lot more space now, which is great, but like these are still such a great thing to have. They keep moisture away, they keep bugs away, everything stays nice and clean. I hope there's no bugs in our house, but if there is, it keeps that away. So I was able to flatten that down and go store that in the basement. And then this trash can was also in the basement. And I'm sorry, my camera is not really focused here, by the way, but I'm trying. I'm trying to figure out how to best film things. And sometimes I'm not perfect. So often I'm not perfect, but anyway, so I was cleaning this out. I realized that it had been used without a bag for a while. So there was like some sticky soda residue in the bottom and some like coffee grounds. Put a little bit of Pine Sol in that and got that cleaned up. And then this is a cabinet in our living room. If you're looking at our fireplace, it's like to the right of the fireplace. I just keep a lot of the toys that we have. To be honest with you, when we lived in Florida and we had very little space, I feel like I really had to become like a minimalist with toys. So my kids don't have a ton of toys. We have a lot of toys that are just kind of like, they lend themselves to just being creative and building. Like we have Legos. They loved the Poppets. We have some Rubik's Cubes. This bin at the bottom is like a veterinary set. We have the Baby Alive for like pretend play. But yeah, so we have all of these bins, and some chocolate milk or something had been spilled, which, one thing leads to another. While I was already here, I thought I'll go ahead and like wipe the outsides, and then you'll see in the cabinet next to it, that's where we store our printer. It's just wireless, so we just have it in this cabinet, and I just wanted to make it a little bit more useful. These cabinets do not have shelving, which, we could definitely find a way to put some shelving in there, but it's just like not a top priority. So I'm gonna put a little shelf above the printer so that I can put the paper on that. And it's a shelf we weren't using. I think Chloe had bought it at one point for like a locker, and it ended up being like really perfect. We were able to slide the printer underneath of here and then put like some paper and some construction paper on top and just sort of like better utilize the space. If I can find another one of these, I might purchase another because I think they're stackable, and then maybe I could add a few more supplies in here. I don't know. I hate that there's like this dead space, but it is what it is. saw me folding a bunch of laundry, I actually like stopped for a minute and watched a little bit of a YouTube video and got a little more motivation because I was kind of tired of cleaning at this point, but I still had a lot to do. So we're up in the boys' room. I apologize again for the lighting. It was such a dark day. There was like a winter storm, and it was a cozy day to clean, but not the best for filming. I love this little bookshelf thing. It has these 3 drawers. These would be great in a kid's closet so they could actually see what's in the bins, like if they need storage for clothing or whatever. Then I found a bunch of candy wrappers under the bed. So you can tell this room has been neglected for a long time. Anyway, back to that shelf. It's really inexpensive, and I will link that. I'll link it in my like to know it. So if you're interested in getting that, but it's definitely something that I'm so happy that I purchased, because even though these books kind of look a little messy, this is where we always read. We read before nap time and we read before bed, and it's so nice to have like books at hand. We also have books like on a shelf over, you'll see whenever I show the other side of the room, but we just like love having them here, and Foster can pull these out and find the book that he wants, and they're still somewhat contained. So it was time to get the bed made, get the floor vacuumed. I'm embarrassed to say I probably haven't vacuumed this room in like 2 weeks, and it looks relatively clean in here, but you guys, there was like applesauce on the floor. There were sticks from suckers. I mean, it was a mess. The boys sometimes like sneak a little Gatorade or something up here, and it just inevitably gets spilled. So I really need to go back and steam clean. So this rug, I'm getting ready to roll this up and actually list it on Facebook Marketplace. To be honest, I wish I would have listed it for more money, because it was one of those things that like, as soon as I listed it, I had like 20 people ask if it was available, and I probably could have listed it for more, but it's fine. We had so many rugs from when we lived in Florida, because all of our floors were like a laminate hardwood look, but like laminate flooring and just really cold and hard. So we had rugs everywhere. But here we have carpet, and I just felt like it was just one extra thing in this room. Like I liked the look of it better, just gone, and we just didn't need it. So I am a huge fan and a huge user of Facebook Marketplace. I've been a user of those types of like reselling or just selling for years, like since Craigslist, which was 15 years ago or something when that came out. I just love the feeling of like decluttering and recouping a little bit of money. Now, there are certainly things like baby products and stuff like that that I feel like, you know, if somebody could use that's in need, I honestly feel better just donating it. I cleaned the bathroom as well. I just wanted you guys to see that. Nice clean bathroom. Didn't film it, but lots had to happen in there. Back to Facebook Marketplace. I do donate a lot, but like, I like to change our decor so often that like, it's just such a great way to like make a little bit of money back and not feel like I'm just being so wasteful. So, I sold that rug, and you just saw me spraying some Tide antibacterial fabric spray. Love this stuff so much. I think you can get a 3-pack on Amazon. It's like $12. It was the last time I looked, but I bought this at Costco, but they don't always have it, so I ended up just finding it on Amazon. Also linked in the description box. I'm like a broken record, but I love it. You spray it on, you leave it for like 10 minutes, and it disinfects fabrics, and it smells so good. Like if I spray it on my couch, it literally makes my whole house or my whole living room smell like fresh laundry. So wanted to go back into the living room, get the blankets folded up, and continue on. You'll see me here in a minute take the photos for this that rug I was talking about. I always like to go in the foyer because it's really well lit. We have like this front door and then the windows above the front door, so even if it's a dark day, this is like the best place to take photos. So always like to take photos in like really natural light so people can see what the product looks like, and just like kind of a plain backdrop. So got that done, and then it was sold right away. guys just saw me putting away dishes. I'm loving the way that the messy kitchen is functioning with having the Yeti cups in there. It's like life-changing. Grabbing my Chipotle leftovers from there. I took a very, very short break, and oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. So this is in our master bathroom. The boys brush their teeth in here, and this is like one thing that, like, as a mom, I just can't seem to get a handle on. I'm trying something different where I literally have taken all of their toothbrushing materials and I have them up in a cabinet in the kitchen because it's so much easier. Maybe it's weird to brush your teeth at the kitchen sink, but like, I'm just being real with you. I cannot handle this mess. It was way grosser than this, and I actually cut the footage out because I was like, this is making me feel gross. Like, other people definitely don't want to see my kids spit in the sink. So I just completely got rid of it. But oh my gosh, like, it's just so gross. And I don't know. Anyway, I got it all cleaned up, and I was like, no more. We are not brushing our teeth in this bathroom. So in the mornings and in the evenings, and like before Foster takes a nap, he brushes his teeth just because I don't want his lunch like sitting on his teeth while he's sleeping for 2 hours. So we're doing it in the kitchen, and we'll see how that works. I got these super cute little soap dispensers from TJ Maxx the other day. Love them. Underneath this table, like, hadn't been dealt with in so long. I wish you could see it, but there were so many crumbs under here, and Lord knows what else. I mean, it was just, you know, when your vacuum is like sucking up so much stuff, it's like making noises. That was my vacuum. So I'm going to go ahead and get these floors mopped, which felt so good. I've been running my robot mop, which was on a huge sale on Cyber Monday. I linked that in my Like to Know It Too. I don't know if it's still on sale today, but it might be. And I'm talking like it was almost half off, way less than what I paid for it. So I run my robot mop every day, but sometimes you just need a good old-fashioned mop and bucket cleaning. So this was so nice to have this done. All right, guys, I've been very chatty this whole video. The video is almost over. This was really a long day of cleaning, and there were even a lot of things that I did that I didn't film just because I was like trying to get as much done as I possibly could. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, would you please consider subscribing to my channel? I try to post videos, I always say once a week. I think the last time I posted was 20 days ago, so I can't make any promises, but I'm really trying my best to be more consistent. And I absolutely love like the community of people that have subscribed and the conversations. I really look forward to, after posting a video, like reading your comments. And I know that there are some of you that, you know, always watch and always comment, and it just like warms my heart. It truly does like bring me so much joy to read your comments and to respond to you guys. So if you would consider subscribing, and if you're already a subscriber, sharing with your friends, it would make me so happy. So I love you all so much. I hope that you're really enjoying the holiday season. I know it can be hard, and I'm thinking of you, and I really hope that you're having a great holiday season and a great week so far. I'll see you next time.